Gotcha. I'm trying to keep this clean for YouTube, but anyway. So, few months ago, right? Now, if you don't know who the Black Hokage is, he's I don't want to say just a YouTuber. He's legitimate a content creator, because not only he's on YouTube, he's on Twitch. He got his own podcast, which is on Spotify, Apple, all of that. So he is one of the pure embodiments of a content creator. Because people just be on YouTube or just be on one platform and say they're a content creator. I mean, my biggest focus is YouTube, don't get me wrong, but I do have my Instagram, all other stuff, and I am planning on diving into other things as far as being a content creator goes. But I think it was like 2-3 months ago, I don't remember, but one of his podcasts is right, which not only he has a audio version of it, he also does the video version of it as well. So he'll upload the video version on YouTube, but then the audio be available on whatever platform. And before this video, I really never watched or listened to the podcast. It was mostly his gaming stuff / his double XL. The one with little key, that was funny. That was funny when he watched the little key the little key freestyle.
I ain't stand none of these people.
Why? What is this tone? What is this?
I get that. Freestyle was garbage, but anyway, I'm veering off. So one of his podcasts is called A Sad Boy or A Sad Hokage or something like that. And on that video, and this is funny, this video dropped right after, I left my job, or it's right before I left my job. It was during that time. When he did this podcast, I'm not even lying, he was crying. He was in actual tears and all that stuff. Now, usually when I watch his videos, he's very funny, haha. He's very comedic. He's super funny. He always laughing, this, that, and the other. He's cool.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble.
Oh, I don't want any trouble either. He is always bubbly, energetic, and all that kind of stuff. But this video, he was crying, and the podcast, he was crying and all of that stuff. You could tell he was going through it. And he was explaining what was going on. He was there was a lot that was going on with him, because part of it, 2020, even though we don't talk about that yet no more. But he was talking about things that was going on with 2020, COVID, family problems, and the one that really topped it off was the issues with his girl, whatever. And usually I'm used to him, joking on people, joning. If you don't know what joning is, it's a term that's in the DMV area that means making fun of somebody, or you, again, another term, you wetting on somebody. You just making fun, you roasting them. That's the one everybody know, roasting, basically. But this one, he was very open and all that stuff. Now, if you don't know who the Black Hokage is, again, the name give it away. He's black, and obviously he likes anime because Hokage. But anyway, now the reason why, I'm gonna pause this game real quick. The reason why this hit me, and I feel like this podcast / this video was important to me, because me as a black man, me that lived in the black, I'm a part of the black community, obviously. I mean, come on, look, I'm black. But y'all know me. For anybody that's been watching me, that's been in tune with me for a while, I am pro mental health. I always talk about mental health. I've been open about mine and all that stuff. So I don't want to say advocate. I'm a mental health advocate, but I'm pro mental health. I'm willing to talk about that. And see, in the black community, we always been taught, to hold everything in, or, man, ain't nothing wrong with you. We don't go to therapy. We don't need help. Just hold it in. Be strong. Especially black men. Be strong. This, that. Don't cry. Be tough. This, that, and the other. But he was letting it all go, and this, that, and the other. And he was talking about, and that was part of the reason why he came to that breakdown, because him and his girl was having problems as far as because the way that he grew up, he kind of, I'm not gonna say he dismissed problems, but like him and like his girl. I don't remember in detail, so I don't want to get the line. I don't want to get it wrong. But basically, long story short, it was like he wasn't being as open with his girl or not listening too much and all that stuff. And when they had problems, it finally hit him because he said this is one of the girls he really wants around. It's like he really feeling this girl. And he was talking about some other stuff. Y'all should go watch the video. And I tried to reach out to him via Instagram, but I couldn't message him. And I could have messaged him via YouTube and other means or whatever like that. But I didn't want to make it seem like I'm just reaching out for clout on this, that, and the other. But that's a whole other story. But it really resonated here because he was just spilling it out. He was crying throughout it, and it was like a 30-40 minute podcast. So I did not mean to do whatever I just did. Oh shoot, I'm sorry, y'all. I got distracted. And he was talking about his mental health, everything he was going through, family problems, and this, that, and the other. And again, it just resonated with me because I don't know if y'all saw my other video I did when I talked about my inspirations, but one of the things that I was talking about, I was saying that all of my inspirations I look up to, I resonate with them some kind of way. There's a reason why I look up to my inspirations and they have to resonate with me. Everything that he was talking about resonated with me. And ever since then, I mean, I've always watched the Black HOKAGE, but after that, I watch him even more now. I listen to all his podcasts, partly due because of my new job, because I'm in the van all day and all that stuff, which I discussed earlier. I have bigger respect for him now because the fact that he was, let me not take that. The fact that he was open, crying on camera and all this stuff. He said he almost didn't do that podcast, but he said because he had sponsors and all that stuff. He said the show must go on. But the fact he went on camera, teary-eyed, and it was just, I'm glad he did that though, because not only because of me, but it lets people know, especially the black community, that it's okay to be down at times. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to not be okay and not to just let it build all up. So I have the biggest respect for the Black HOKAGE now, and I hope one day I get to meet him, talk to him, and all that kind of stuff, because I listen to him even more now. He talks about, and he has some good advice too, like relationship advice, content creator advice, all that stuff. And I take, I'm listening. Anything involving the come up, I will always listen. I love listening to advice. I might not agree with all of it, but so Black HOKAGE is like now on my list of favorite YouTubers now. I mean, of course, you have Tall Guy Car Reviews, which he's on the very top. Star Wars Theory, Jazzy Guns, which now automatically, I like the Dwayne and Jasmine channel, which Dwayne is her boyfriend. They got a couples channel, which usually I don't like couples channels, but their couple channels actually legit, so I watch them. Jazzy Guns, who else? Oh, and now the Black HOKAGE. I'm sure there's another one on that list, but right now, those are my favorite YouTubers. So and I bring him up to say this as far as the Black HOKAGE. I got the utmost respect for him now. And now listening to his podcast, and I was one of my streams. I know I was talking about doing the podcast before. I'm actually thinking about doing a podcast now. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it as far as I'm not gonna say subject matter or stuff like that, but I just wanted to make it stand out from highlights and talks, because that's highlights and talks, which this 9 times out of 10 this discussion is going to be on highlights and talks. It's almost like a podcast, but not really. And I don't want to repeat myself to talk about the same thing on one video or a stream, and then I go to a podcast and talk about the same stuff. But at least with I will say this, with the podcast, it'll be a little bit more focused, because right now I'm playing the game and all that stuff, and I always got to take pauses and kind of think and multitask and this, that, and the other. But with a podcast, I can go dive more into details as far as what I'm talking about. But I'm strapping off. But yeah, the Black HOKAGE, he's definitely one of my favorite creators, especially one of my favorite black creators at that. So anybody that likes funny videos, realness, just somebody that just keep it 100, and And I usually don't talk like that, say keep it 100 or keeping it real or this, that, and the other. Watch him, listen to the podcast. He also has another podcast called the GI Podcast, which is with him and his people, which is, I think GI stands for Gaming Illuminati. Not naughty, like Illuminati, but Illuminati, like naughty list. But yeah, definitely give him a, y'all should definitely check him out, though. Because anybody that's open, anybody that's brave enough to get on camera, cry, talk about mental health, their problems, and all that. And it seems like he's been doing better ever since that video. But anybody that's brave enough to, you know, talk about their problems, cry on camera to hundreds to thousands of people, he's a real one in my book. So, yeah, definitely, y'all should definitely check him out. So, but yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I've been wanting to talk about it for a while, but because I haven't been streaming in a while, it's just haven't got the chance to talk about it. Are these marauders? Yep, these are marauders. So let's go ahead and take care of them. Alright, y'all, that's it for today's video. And as usual, if you like this video, go ahead and press the like button. If you dislike this video, hopefully you didn't. But if you did dislike this video, go ahead and press the dislike button, because I always appreciate honesty. Drop a comment below, subscribe to my channel, and until next time, promoting peace, gaming, and wings.